She said it's breakfast time. Whoa! Do you want to explain yourself? Well, good afternoon. Coming to you on a lovely winter day. Lovely part's probably a lie. Guess we got a round of ice overnight. Getting more coming down as we speak. I guess the good news right now is it seems to be coming down frozen, whereas you can see last night it was coming down, I guess, wet and then freezing as it stuck to everything, which makes a mess on tree limbs, power lines, and everything else. Thankfully, it looks like it stopped just short of being enough to really wreak havoc on, again, tree limbs, power lines. But, see the bulls right there where they shouldn't be. All that ice on the electric fence has it weighed down. It's literally on the ground in a couple of spots. That tape, I guess we need more post, is the easy answer to that. So yeah, the bulls don't respect it. Somebody, one of our viewers asked, I don't know, probably a month or two ago, they couldn't believe those bulls stayed in behind that single strand of tape. And yeah, right about now, I hate you for asking me that, because and I knew better. I was like, as sure as I say that it works, it keeps them in, it won't. And yeah, sure enough, they've gotten out a couple of times. They were out, I guess, this morning. When I came home at lunch today, they were out. So they're pretty much respecting the fence none right now, because they know it, well, it's on the ground. It's laid down. Not much we can do about it. Just in the moment, we get them back in. They can't really go anywhere, but it's more of an issue of they can get into the hay barn and places where they don't need to be. Just a little bit of a mess. What do you kids think? What do y'all think about this?
Really frozen.
Really frozen, it is. Y'all come up here, because I'm gonna run the bulls that way. The bulls know the routine again, because we've done this.
Can we go get on the hay bales?
No, don't do that.
Oh, okay.
You can see we had a little bit of some dead limbs. I'm sure coming out of this dead tree right here. But yeah, the horses are a little irritated. They spend all night in their stalls, so we let them out during the day today. Y'all go on, boys. Yeah, they know the drill. Kimber, go that way. You could have helped. No, boys, y'all go. They've got about half a roll of hay in their hay feeder. And apparently it's not a roll that they like. It was one that was in the barn, but they've all but refused to eat it. That's probably one issue. I refuse to give them another roll of hay till they clean that one up. And they're kind of refusing to clean it up. And so right now they're winning that game because they're obviously just getting out and they can eat whatever they want. But anyway, rambling on about that. Yeah, the fence will hold them in when we're not dealing with issues such as a ton of ice pulling the fence, you know, and having it on the ground. Grab that bottle there. There's Smokey.
Hey, Smokey.
Smokey wanting to eat. We're feeding a little earlier than usual. We shut down our office. Like I say, we got a little ice overnight. The roads were deceiving this morning. You know, that they looked relatively clear because it was just a thin little sheet of ice in spots. Then about 2:30 or so this afternoon, it started, I guess, I don't know if you call it sleeting, freezing rain, whatever. And roads were getting bad in a hurry, so we got our staff home and closed a little early. So it means I get to do chores in the daylight today, which is nice. I'll let you eat this one here. Then we're gonna have to kick you out of here so Honey can have the stall for the night. These boys down here are snug in the barn. Guess that is the good part about being a feeder, is that you get the better accommodations, you get all the feed you want. Of course, the downside is that you're on the menu in the very near future, but they cleaned up all the feed from this morning, so we'll get them a little more feed put out. Cows are getting really spoiled to the point where every time they see us or hear us down here at the barn, they come running up to get feed, which we give them feed in the bunks once a day, which we did this morning before daylight. Like a typical work day for me. But yeah, we unrolled a roll of hay over there. You can probably kind of tell on that hillside. I don't know what, 3 or 4 hours ago. We're still much of it left to be eaten. But yeah, for whatever reason, I think they should be fed something else. But y'all gonna be okay. It's it's our second round of winter weather. We got that same, storm that I guess everybody got right before Christmas, or most of the U.S. anyway, got right before Christmas. Which difference with this one is it's not that cold, and it's obviously below freezing. I think we're like in the mid-20s, maybe upper 20s. I think for the next several days, like the lowest we're gonna get is like maybe 23. Whereas with that storm, we were below zero. That one, just hit like a hammer. The way it came in, we went from like 45 degrees to zero in within like a 12, 18 hour period. This one's just, it's not brutal, but just hope this ice does not accumulate on the branches and limbs and whatnot. We'll end up with just terrible widespread power outages and whatnot. That won't make things great on the farm if we get into that, but that really doesn't make farm chores any worse. But more just for the area and folks in general. Nobody wants to be without power for days on end. Did you enjoy your dinner, Smokey? All right, so let her out of Honey's stall, so now Honey can go in there. We'll get the horses put up. Got a wheelbarrow full of manure I need to dump. We normally don't leave the horses up, for extended periods of time. I actually normally leave them out all night, put them up in the mornings, let them eat, and then let them back out a few hours later. But when the weather's like this, I'm gonna let them enjoy the comforts of the barn. They can get in the old barn down there too, just to absolutely get out of the weather. But we give them the luxurious accommodations when the weather's this bad. And Smokey, now that Honey's back from the trainer, is kind of homeless as far as the stall. So she kind of just gets the free range, go where she wishes. She can, I think she typically stays just up there where we keep the hay stacked. Pretty comfortable spot to sleep, spend the night. This morning I actually found her, she was over in the hay barn, which is fine too. That's, you got a spot us anywhere, but yeah, normally it's kind of a mess over there, but we'll let her sleep in there. You can place your bets right now. My money is on they will not be there when we come back down here in the morning. And we're probably gonna get in the house, so cook those burgers here in a bit, and then just wait a few seconds and we'll see if they're here. Well, good morning. You can see we didn't get just an enormous amount of snow kind of overnight, but it's cool, kind of mid-20s. We're gonna check on the bulls, and as you probably guessed, and as I would have predicted, they are out. They're over there eating on those rolls of hay. So we're gonna get them back in again here. You can probably see down there in their hay feeder, just on the other side of the round pen, they've still got probably a third of a roll of hay. But they won't eat that roll. I don't know what it is. That was one that was stored in the barn. But yeah, they made me pretty angry over this whole deal. But we'll get them another roll of hay put out here in a bit and see if that maybe is more enticing to them to just stay where they should. But anyway, we're gonna get everybody fed, and then see if we can head on up the road. Just talked to my brother, so the roads are in pretty rough shape, but we need to go check on that other group of calves. I probably am gonna need to take them some hay today as well, which we'll make it happen. There's the Smoky girl. Did you say snug as a bug in a rug in there? Oh yeah. She said it's breakfast time. Whoa. She couldn't wait. She had to meet me. All right, baby. Much as I would love to stand here and hand feed you, I'm gonna put this in the bottle holder so I can be working on feeding some others. Everybody else is hungry too. Yeah, I'm sure those bulls probably wasn't back in the house good last night, and they were out again. So And unfortunately, I think the high today is like 30. Here, you can drink while I talk. And there's not supposed to be any sunshine, so we're probably not gonna get any of that ice melting off the fence. So may continue to battle this for a day or two. But yeah, I'm kind of mad at whoever it was that asked about the fence, that, you know, kind of forced me to say that no, they don't get out. Because I knew as soon as I declared that, oh, that they don't ever get out, that they would in fact get out. But we know what the problem is. We just need the weather to cooperate so we can fix it. Come on, buddies. I got your feed. See if they care more about the ladies or the food. I'm gonna put them another roll of hay out here in a bit. See if that is then enough to incentivize them to stay in. It is not snow at all. I mean, there comes number 3. So they'll at least temporarily be back in the right spot and get the cows fed. You going in there, son? Oh, me. See what? I think I wore too much clothes. I'm about to break a sweat. Well, I guess there's one in every crowd. May I ask what you're doing there? I'm not sure that's how that trough is intended to be used. Do you want to explain yourself? No? You just living life as you see fit? Rules don't apply to you? I'm only giving her like a 6 for the dismount. So got the kids fed, ate a little breakfast ourselves. Gonna put some hay out for the cows here in a bit, but they're still working on cleaning a little bit of that up. So we're gonna be a little bit stubborn with them, make them work on that just a little bit more before we put some hay out. I was just gonna unroll another roll. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some in the feeders. I'm back to work tomorrow and Friday, and that would mean having to unroll a roll, you know, roughly twice a day, and that's just not very convenient or feasible. These still shorter days, but it's pretty pleasant out here. You can see I shed my coat underneath the vest. I got hot earlier. No wind. So it's, I don't know, mid to upper 20s. It's really not that unpleasant, especially when you're moving around doing things. Hey dude, you're not supposed to be in the front yard. Yeah, I can see this is gonna be an ongoing losing battle. Probably the one hope to get this to stop happening is when I get back home and start the tractor up to feed them cows, I'll put a better roll of hay out for these boys and see if that is enough to entice him to stay in place. Yep, step over that fence right there. Go on, step over. Get in there, get in there. Which you can see a little fiberglass post was about had it, and just all that ice weighing it down, which kind of torn on, you know, encouraging him to step right back in there, because even when the fence is up, it's fully electrified, it is not much of a barrier. And so I don't want them to get into the habit of, hey, we can just step over this thing whether it's working or not. But now that was the easy way to get him back in. All right, checking on this crew, and again, you can see down through here where we unrolled roll of hay. You can probably appreciate it. I don't know, a week or two ago, they never really ate very well. So actually yesterday we came out here and dumped their feed on the ground over the top of this. It looks like they, and back where we did that, they cleaned it up a little better. Just trying to get them to make use of all that hay, but got a sack of range cubes. I'm gonna do kind of the same thing this morning. They'll clean up those range cubes and if they get to pick around on this hay, which doesn't help that now it's like little hay sickles. But either way, we're pretty much, everybody needs hay, the bulls, the cow herd, and these weaned calves. So we're gonna get back home and get the tractor warmed up and start start making some deliveries. Roads are pretty darn slick, treacherous, you might even say. But we're gonna bring the tractor down here. The farm truck, you may notice, if you hadn't seen it around, it's shop right now, having some sort of an issue with it. Got a guy looking at it, so it would probably be a little safer to bring the tractor anyway. I don't know. Well, we might would have used the truck had it been available, but doesn't matter. We don't even get to have to worry about which one we're going to use because we got to use the tractor. But we get this feed put out for them. I don't know. This plant may turn out to be completely worthless with the way that hay is frozen, but again, where we did it yesterday, it looked like, I guess, from them stomping around on it and such, it actually cleaned up a little more of the hay, so maybe it'll work out. They've got nothing better to do than to pick around at that, but yeah, you can see through here where they worked on it a little better. But yeah, unrolling that bale when we did, when they also had hay in the feeders, was strategically not the best way to do it. Sadie and I making a quick stop here at my mom and dad's place. They're actually out of town, somewhere much more warm and tropical than this. They've had somebody actually taking care of their animals last few days, but with the road conditions as they are, they were having trouble getting here today. Of course, we just are right around the corner. I was going right by here, so we're gonna stop and check on the horses and make sure everything looks good here. Bella's fed, BB is fed. They've got water, so all is good here. Let's go get some cows fed now. Got the tractor woman up, and yes, the bulls are once again where they shouldn't be. And so they are so hell-bent on eating that roll of hay, that's what I'm gonna feed them. I'm gonna put it down there in their feeder, let the tractor warm up for a minute or two, and get some hay put out for those cows as well. But I'm gonna worry about running them back in at the moment. Stalls need to be clean. That'll be a good task for us to do while she warms up. Should take about the right amount of time. So we got one roll put out for the bulls, a roll that was sitting right there they were eating on. It's probably the only roll we will feed today out of this outdoor stored hay. Normally we like to do a mix of the indoor stored and the outdoor stored, but as you can see, that is a solid sheet of ice. You can't get the wrap off of those bales, so it's fine. We'll feed what was indoors. Here's what was left of that roll and that feeder. They just refused to eat. I mean, guess I can appreciate maybe it wasn't quite as good a quality of hay, but me not being one to let anything go to waste, we'll put this out there for them. I'm sure they won't eat it up first thing, but I would dare say they'll eventually eat that at some point. But get this put out and everybody be a little more content. All right, y'all have to watch out. We're backing up. Beep, beep. Had this extra hay ring that had been over in the bulls' little pasture. We're going to go ahead and move it out here. That'll allow us to put out one more roll of hay than what we've been putting out at a time for the cows. All right, so I was a bit afraid of this. The bull keeps getting out, and now he's come in the gate into this pasture, so now we got double trouble. What are the odds I can get him back out of here? Oh my goodness. I must be living right. But yeah, to say I'm mad about this situation, which some of it, you know, I'll have to admit I have kind of created, because I've setup, you know, it's my setup, my fence that is not functioning properly, that is allowing them to get out. You know, the weather contributing a major factor there, but You know, at the same time, those dudes know good and well where they're supposed to be. And he ain't there, but I got him out of the pasture at least. I figured he would take off straight for those ladies, but somehow he was content not to quite go to that length. See if I can run this guy back in. Dude, come on, man. You've got a brand new roll of hay that you should be more than happy with, because it was the one you were eating on out here to begin with. Well, hell, go that way. Go to town, I don't care. As long as he doesn't try to come back to this gate. Alright, this is infuriating. And I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid. I'm gonna leave that gate open. No, I'm not, because there he comes. 4-letter words running through my head right now like you would not believe. We're gonna keep this as family friendly as I can. Get, ha! Get, ha, ha. All right, that's guaranteed to hold him. Not at all. He's mad. He knows better. He knows darn good and well. Well, I'll leave that right there like that. In case he gets out again, at least he won't be out here. That created a whole nother problem. Because we got cows that could be back in heat, the ones that calved earlier. I don't want them bred right now. That little partial roll that those bulls wouldn't finish in there. Certainly don't look for the cows to just eat it up. But as they run out of hay and other feeders, I imagine they will eat it. All right, one more roll to put out here. We're gonna see what that bull's doing. And as if we needed more proof that they can't ever just entirely behave, look here. Get your back over there. God almighty. I got a brand new roll of hay that they were all just clamoring to eat. Still isn't happy. Get over there. It'd be a miracle if they ever respect this fence ever again after this. Like they have zero regard for it. Days and weather like this really make you question having livestock. 2 rolls of hay put out for this crew. They weren't just completely out. They were low though. We definitely need to go ahead and bring it today. I've been very convenient to do it tomorrow. Roads are pretty treacherous. Man, it's looks like it's trying to melt. Well, the phone says it's still only 27 degrees. Not expected to get much warmer today, but somehow in spots the road, I mean, it'll just kind of run off. But yeah, I'll go ahead and say there's 0% chance the kids go to school tomorrow since it's already 1 o'clock. The sun's not going to shine, and we're expecting some more precipitation in some form or fashion. We'll find out. As you can see, roads pretty bad shape, and this is a state highway too, so the kind of back roads and stuff off the highway are in every bit of bad a shape, if not worse. And wouldn't you know it, the bull is not where he should be. Well, now it looks like he's just wanting a warm spot to lay down, which I can appreciate that, but we're not going to allow it, not in here in this barn. He's going to have to find himself somewhere else to take a nap. If he doesn't watch it, it might end up being a dirt nap sooner rather than later. So we got him back in. All 3 bulls are down there now. I'm not going to continue to bore y'all with that saga because so it's about 1 o'clock. He will be out again today, almost assuredly. But we've got evening chores to do here in just a little bit. You know, ready to see this ice get out of here. It takes about, and this didn't even really snow. I guess, you know, a lot of people think snow is beautiful. Whatever this is, it's beautiful for about 30 seconds, and then it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, we appreciate y'all watching. Well, I'm sure, I don't know, hopefully this is all melted by the time we do some more filming on the weekend. But we'll be back doing something. Planning on still need to deworm to really de-lice these gals. Hadn't seen them scratching as much the last few days, but we know that's still an issue. Two, we got my father-in-law's cows, may be arriving next week, the ones that we're gonna take and buy from him. And then we may send a load of calves from my dad's place back their way to sell. I'm just taking advantage of a truck going back that way. But anyway, lots of stuff coming up. We don't ever know what exactly though. Y'all know that by now. But we appreciate y'all watching. Hope everybody's staying warm. Again, go to hurricanecreek.farm. Still got some ball caps for sale. The way they're selling, we're not gonna have them for too much longer though. Also remember to go to highsea.com, use discount code Hurricane, get some good warm boots, just like we've been wearing. But anyways, we appreciate y'all watching. Y'all eat beef and God bless.